In this lesson, we're going to look at how we can create a security profile in Sage CRM. Now, the idea behind this, as you can see I've logged on as a system administrator, is that we're going to look at the setup of a new user and moving that user into a particular security profile so that they have access to data that they need in order to do their work. This particular scenario that I'm going to consider here is that a new user has been added into the system, and this user, it works inside the team customer service. So if you look for the customer service people, we can see here that there's a new user that has been added in to provide help inside the team. Now, Alex Shipman is the name of the user. This is a new user that I created earlier on. Has been added into the customer service team with worldwide rights, but so far has not been given anything else in order. No other permissions. So if they try and log on, you'll see that here that they have no access to any of the data inside CRM. This is because they're not linked to what's called a security profile. Now, I can link that user into a security profile as a system administrator inside the user details screen. And you can see that there is a field here that allows me to do exactly that, called profile name. Now, before we do that, what I should do is start to look underneath the user's security area at exactly what these security profiles are. So I've come into Administration, Users, Security Profiles, and we can see that there's an existing profile for customer service agents, which would allow them to add new cases, communications, companies, and persons. They don't get access to leads and opportunities because their focus is on just dealing with cases and the support and contact details for the company in person. Now, in this particular case, this new member of staff has responsibility for creating and working with cases and solutions in preparation for publication on the company website via web service. They don't need to add new cases, and they don't need to be able to add new communications or even to change details about the company and person. They just need to be able to view cases and work with cases and edit cases and to be able to work with solutions as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new profile here that I'm going to call Knowledge Base Editor. So I type in Knowledge Base Editor as the name of the profile, and I can now determine by clicking on here the rights for each of the entities that we have. We're going to talk about the rights for a user's home territory. The new user has been placed into the worldwide territory, so theoretically they should be able to access all data within the system. They need to be able to view cases. They need to be able to view company information. They also need to be able to edit cases as well, because they will want to be able to change information about the case, but they're not going to edit the company information, nor do they need to think about opportunity information, but they do need to consider the idea of person. Now, the reason why company and person information is needed is because cases are related and linked to both the person and company records. So you can't really think of a case in isolation. It has to also be linked to the parental person and company. So I'm going to save that. Now I've saved the base information here, and what I'm now going to do is go across back into my users as a system administrator and go back to finding my Alex Shipman record, because we're going to change other aspects to provide him with greater rights. So I'm going to click on change, and now if we run down, we can confirm the profile that he should be using and provide him with access into the knowledge base editor to look through and see what else he needs. Here, provide him with access to my CRM and also access into team lists. This would mean if there is any case assigned to Alec, he'd be able to see it. We also want to be able to look at solutions, and so here he needs to be able to update and insert as well as view. So I'm going to choose solutions. Solutions as an entity is interesting because it is not governed by the main security area. So the rest of the information will run as that, and I can now save. So if I switch over into where Alex Shipman can log on, and we can see that he has access to now a dashboard, he has access to information for cases, and he can certainly go and find a case and solution and be able to search for information that he then can go and start to work on. You can see the solutions that might be associated with this and start the process of carrying out the tasks they need. So what we've seen in here is the setup of security rights underneath the security profiles and the creation of a brand new profile.